review.
But the bad review is because his lawn isn't cut every 6 days or whatever the problem is.
So it'll make sense.
Your food sucks because you have bad landscaping.
So it'll make sense once I read that. So, and the response from the owner goes, "Good try, Shane. Just an FYI for anyone who happens to read this review, it's fake news. Shane is a disgruntled former employee."
Nice try, Shane. Alright guys, welcome to the podcast, the What's on Top cast. I'm Alex.
I'm Ryan.
And today we're going to kind of touch base on, I don't know, every single thing. Also about how today has been banana land.
I've had a rough day.
No words for it, really. So we wanted to get going on this around noon. It's almost 3. Because we're dealing with washing machines, mother-in-laws, regular mothers, everything else. So we had to just kind of set ourselves back and relax a little bit. You know what I mean? Get the day off right. And eat some food, too. That's up next on the list.
Oh my God.
We're ruining tables. No, it's par for the course. Yeah. Let Ryan.
Perfect episode for this to happen.
Let Ryan break the table a little bit
breaking
more.
the table. All right. Yeah, I got here at
That's perfect.
like 11:30.
Let's throw a wrench in this. Ryan, you ever chew and screw before?
No.
Not even once, dude?
Not even once.
Not even as like, we've talked about this before, you know, not coming from money and stuff like that whole happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Never as a broke kid, went to a little Chinese place, had a crab rangoon and dipped out.
No.
I mean, I'm with you. I've done it before.
I've never been that type of person that just.
No, just for it's almost like just a punk kid thing to do. It's not like you don't make a habit out of it. It's not like a way to live. You know what I mean?
Right. I just know it never popped in my brain that I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this food and then leave.
The reason I thought about it,
bag.
people have like come up with a new way to chew and screw. So they have all these like Uber Eats and stuff like that, right? And there's a bunch of different apps. That I'm not privy to because I don't do that stuff. But people are ordering food, getting the food, and then claiming that something's wrong with the food, which is essentially a chew and screw, because they get all their money back for it. It's a full,
even though it's fine.
It's a full refund, yeah. Even though it's fine,
it's pretty easy to do, huh?
Super easy to do. Apparently, it literally put some lady out of business. Yeah. Crazy.
Like from like a small restaurant or something?
Yeah, exactly. Chef owns a restaurant, small little restaurant. Obviously, Corona, people are doing, ordering food instead of eating in more. Lady literally had to shut her restaurant down because of it.
So people were doing Uber Eats, ordering a ton of stuff, and they had to refund it.
Yeah, so
But wouldn't it be on the driver almost? Because I thought because it's the driver picking up the food.
So there's other ones than Uber Eats though. There's ones where you go pick up the food, you just order through this app, right? So I'm assuming you get placement for the restaurant and stuff like that.
Right. But if you're just gonna order through an app to a restaurant you have to pick up at, why don't you just call the restaurant?
So many good questions I don't have the answers to.
I mean, wouldn't that be the logical thing to do?
You would think so. But there's a new way to chew and screw.
So
technological chew and screw.
This is what like a normal person should think is, okay, here's an app that I can order this food from, but I still have to go pick it up.
Yeah, let me just hit the people up directly.
Why don't I just go to the website, or if you're ordering like Domino's pizza or something, they have an app.
The better question is, why would you still be a part of these apps if this continues happening to you?
Yeah, you can choose to not.
It's like George Bush, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, don't get fooled again.
Right. Like I do Instacart sometimes. You know what that is? Mm-hmm. So I'll get like boxes of stuff dropped off at my house because like during COVID and Corona and stuff, I honestly just didn't want to go into a grocery store with 100 million people.
That's fair.
But we're not allowed to have Thanksgiving, but we can have 3,000 people in a grocery store.
In a grocery store.
Right. So I got Instacart. They would deliver it to my house. But if something was wrong with it, you
Always.
can say like what's wrong on it. Like a lot of time there wasn't though, so it was fine. That's why I kept on using it. But then there would be some times where like they put like milk on top of bread. I'm like, okay, I don't know. So
the bread needs to be put in the passenger seat, like separate. It's a person, right? Everything goes in the back, but the bread goes in a passenger seat, wrapped in its own little separate bag, safe, tucked away, cozy.
Like I was a bagger at one point to a grocery store.
Were you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know any of this.
And, well, this is when I was like 15.
Did you take pride in it, though?
Not really. I mean, I got promoted pretty quick, so.
To
cashier.
That's
so
funny.
I worked at get this, Piggly Wiggly.
I have no idea what that is.
So it's a grocery store down south in South Carolina.
Okay.
And it's called Piggly Wiggly. And they made us wear shirts that say, I'm big on the pig, with like a big cartoon face of a pig.
Was it pink?
It was actually, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it would be.
I can probably find it.
It would be inappropriate if it wasn't actually.
So it's, you just wear the shirt. It says, I'm big on the pig. And, oh, here it is. Let me pull it right up.
If I was a bagger, that's not a bad shirt, dude. I would rock that shirt, not at work.
So I had to wear this shirt to work every day.
What does it say? Big on the pig.
I'm big on the pig on the back.
Like on your butt?
No, just like as a rocker.
Okay.
Like I'm big on the pig on the back. And so we had to wear these shirts every day at work, but they had different ones. Like a cashier had a white button-up collar. The bagger had just like a normal one. Like
How proud were you when they handed you the white button-up and you were like,
so pumped.
You were like, buddy, I'm fucking going places in this world.
But the shirt for the bagger, it was a white one, but it only had like a little guy on like the chest or something. I'm probably remembering it differently.
Breast pocket.
This was forever ago. It was like 15 years ago. But then I got promoted to stock boy, like the stock room out back. It was like weird promotions. It wasn't like a different job. It was like a promotion. They made it just sound better. I mean, I got a raise every time, so it was a promotion. So then eventually I was in the back room, and then it was a like.
Did you get an apron?
No, never aprons. Not that unless you were in produce or something or meat.
Deli or something like that.
Which I never wanted to do because I was always like, I just don't want to handle like food all day. For what reason? I don't know. I just felt, I don't know.
You've worked in a restaurant though.
It's a little different. I'm cooking stuff. This I'm just picking up packages of cheese and going, oh, it's expired.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun.
But anyway, so the backroom guys got to wear, it was like a gray golf shirt. It was like collared, but it still had I'm big on the pig on it. It wasn't button up, it was a pullover, and that was it. But I had to wear that every day, and I worked there for like 3-4 years. That was like one of my first jobs.
I'm actually proud of you. I'm glad that you shared that with me.
It was good stuff.
I really do appreciate that. So, Piggly Wiggly aside, while we're talking about food, and there's a bottle sitting in the middle of the table.
Yeah. So I started the venture of making the hot sauce.
A what's on top sauce.
What's on top sauce. So I made a few of them a while ago, but they just didn't. They weren't up to speed.
Didn't taste good.
Well, I mean, one of them was way too hot.
Right.
It's just nothing about it was good, and it's still sitting in my fridge. Actually, I'll bring it just for novelty's sake.
Just so I can burn my tongue off.
So you can burn your tongue off and be super uncomfortable and say how bad it tastes.
I would love that. We'll do that next episode.
So because at first I was like looking at a few different recipes. I'm always just trying to like just get a good base of what it should be, and then like kind of spin it off onto my own thing.
Right.
Because obviously hot sauces, everybody looks at like, oh, what's the base of a hot sauce? And I'm gonna, do my own flip on it. Like nobody just goes into a restaurant and goes, I'm gonna make my own sauce, but don't know like what the base is.
Yeah. Right.
So it was like, I forget what peppers I used. It was
This one though.
That one's chipotle.
Oh, so I could drink this. We've been doing this the whole time, by the way. Just little finger dabs. Because it's got a kick, but it doesn't melt your tongue off, right?
So that one was it only took me like prep time of like 10 minutes to make. And then like to cook and then, blend and all that stuff. So it's basically just, I don't want to give away the whole thing, but it's basically a chipotle pepper sauce with other stuff in it.
And we're going to bottle these bad boys up and ship them to
It's
people.
a little thick, so I'm going to mess with it a little bit. I actually like the way it turned out.
Yeah, it's good for a burger.
So
surprisingly, because it almost gives you this like Mexican flair to it because of the peppers that are used in it. But
so I used it, the first time I actually used it was on like tacos that I made. And I gave the other bottle that I had to Justin, the guy who FaceTimed last night. And he put it as like a he put it on like ribs that he made in the smoker.
Right.
So he smoked ribs for a few hours and then put that on it midway through to like let it sink in.
Yeah, let it
and
kick.
he said it was amazing.
I've thought of so many things that we could put that on, and it's making me hungry.
Yeah. So
Ultra
that I'm really happy with how it turned out. I gotta tweak it a little bit, and then I made like a green jalapeno salsa. It's like chunky and nice and thick, and you just put it on a chip, and you're good to go.
I want to put it on a hot dog almost.
It'd probably be good. I put it on the tacos I had, and I put it on brisket. That brisket that was smoked from yesterday.
Speaking of hot dogs, right? Since the baseball season's rolling around, and I think about this sometimes. When you're at the ballpark, right? If you have an aisle seat and the hot dog vendor comes down, he walks right by you, you don't get the hot dog there. It's almost irresponsible, really, to get the straight handoff on the hot dog.
It always has to go through the row.
Yeah, what you have to do, right, is wait till he goes all the way around, and he's like 50 people away now, and you're like, hot dog! And the guy's like, hot dog's here, and you're like, yeah, fucking hot dog. And he's like, you want mustard? Yeah, I want mustard. Stupid fucking question, buddy. Pass it down, right? And you got to let every person hand it, touch it.
I almost hate that.
Extra seasoning on that hot dog. It makes it taste better. That's what you're missing when you get like ballpark franks at home, right? The thing it's missing it's not the way they make the hot dog. It's the 50 people that touched it before it got into your mouth. That's really the best part about the hot dog.
Just the COVID from everybody.
Yeah, see, I don't like.
Way worse here.
Yeah, and like the ketchup out of your fridge. How many people have touched that ketchup? Maybe 3. You're 47 people light. You need more. You need more people on those condiments on the way down, right? And they touch. They don't like. They touch right where you tear it. It's the right. It gets a pinch and pass, right?
I mean, it's been a while since I've actually been to a game. I almost don't remember what they taste like.
Yeah, that's true for everyone, but I can't wait to get myself a 50% hot dog, buddy. I'm ecstatic.
It's opened up again?
Not yet. So in terms of Fenway, right? Because Boston's way behind. I mean, there's ballparks. I mean, if you look at spring training,
isn't it like 15% capacity that you can open up now?
I think Boston's doing 12. So they're going to open up the Garden. They're going to open up Fenway. Kind of sad. Can't get as many hands on your hot dogs. But we'll figure it out.
Right. I mean, I don't think I really ever eat when I'm there. I'll get like the oversized, huge slices of pizza that are bigger than your head outside.
Or the soft pretzel.
Yeah. And scarf those down before I go in.
Oh, buddy, the pretzels.
Whenever I go to things, I
you
always...
want mustard with that pretzel? Yeah, buddy. Pass it down.
I always pre-game food.
Pre-food game.
Yeah, before I go into like anything, because they're just, I don't know. I hate like getting up from my seat to like go do stuff.
No, it's the best part. You get up, you go get beers, you get foods.
Yeah, but I hate like doing excuse me, I have to do this.
Yeah, no,
to get around people.
Dude, I went to a game at Fenway one time, right? And it wasn't essentially a work thing, but I was being taken by a rep that worked with our company, right? He worked at a bank, and he shows up. So it's me and my brother Nick. I invite my brother Nick. They have 4 tickets, right? And I tell my brother Nick, I'm like, yo, you want to go to a Sox game? He's like, yeah, of course I want to go to a Sox game. I'm like, all right, you got to be on your best behavior. It's kind of a work thing. So, and he's like, dude, I got you. Obviously, no big deal. All right. So, first inning comes, he doesn't show up. He's bringing his son. Second inning comes, still nothing. I'm texting him. I'm like, I don't think this dude's going to show. Third inning rolls by. Homeboy comes. He's got double-fisted beers in these plastic cups, right? And he could have, we were on the aisle seat, actually, as a matter of fact. He could have just walked around people and just came right in. He decided to do the thing in front of people, and we're on the top, and he spills beer down a little kid's shirt. So let me just paint this picture for you, bro. There's a father and a wife, 2 sons. One's like, I don't know, 11, 10. One's like 6, and he dumps a beer down one of their shirts. So, all right.
I'd be so mad.
So the parents are freaking out, right?
Rightfully so.
Yeah, absolutely losing it on this guy. And he's going, oh, shut the fuck up. It's not acid. Shit talking these people. So they keeps going. This dude takes his shirt off, bro. Bare chest out and all, and starts wiping the back of this kid's neck with his sweaty shirt. I was absolutely losing it. I couldn't stop laughing. And the mother's freaking out. The dad's freaking out. The cops came and everything. And he goes, oh, shut the fuck up, right? He's throwing F-bombs. I'm not talking fucks. I'm talking the other F-bomb. He's throwing those, right? And the cop's like, all right. Everyone's settled down, all right? Or someone's getting yanked. Dude walks around the stairs. He throws another F-bomb, the bad F-bomb.
That ends with a T.
That ends with a T. And cop comes, yanks the dude, and my brother just looks at me, dude, classic punchline, and goes, that's what I had to be on my best behavior for? It was absolutely epic.
So you asked him to be on his best behavior, and then that happened?
And then homeboy comes through dumping beer on people, absolutely housed, throwing bad F-bombs and wiping his sweaty T-shirt on the back of 10-year-olds' necks.
The only thing that I can remember happening like at a game was I was at that game where the brawl happened with Joe Kelly.
Were you at that game?
I was at that game in the bleachers.
Epic game.
So my buddy, he calls me just randomly. He goes, hey, I got an extra ticket to go to the Sox game tonight.
Those are always the best games, by the way.
Right. I mean, it was the worst possible seats in the stadium, but I didn't care because you're just there.
It's cool.
So
Yeah, you're
glad I
drinking beers
went.
and chilling.
So glad I went. So I was like, yeah, this is great. I saw like 4 fights today because not only did the Joe Kelly fight happen,
Right.
but like 3 other fights happened like in the bleachers.
Was that against the Yankees?
I think so.
I thought it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
He
Sox v Yankees in Fenway.
Yeah.
Guaranteed fist fight in the bleachers.
Right. And I remember it so vividly. We got like the bleacher seats, so we just walk up and we have like kind of like almost a row to ourselves at this point because we're at the very back, like to the point where you look over the wall and that's the street.
Yeah, you're looking.
We're all the way back.
city.
But I was like, $20, like it's something to do.
Cool.
However, it was beyond freezing. All I remember is I was not dressed right, and I didn't like think too because it was a spur of the moment thing. So I was like, oh, I'm not gonna go home and get dressed or whatever. So I just have a very thin, like light athletic hoodie on or something like that.
With like a pair of Vans and no socks.
Yeah.
Rookie move.
Absolutely freezing. Didn't even take, but I still had fun. Like it didn't bother
guaranteed.
me that much, but it was still miserable. So Joe Kelly fights, fat guy next to us fights, drunk guy over here, and then 2 women fight.
How many
over
beers
there.
were spilled? That's all I care
Probably
about.
all of them.
All of them.
All of them. I didn't
Every
say a
single one.
lot. I said every beer in the stadium.
It was
got dropped that day.
There was literally 50,000 beers just flying all over the place.
Fist got thrown and everybody at the same time just. So no, like I saw like 4 fights that day, and I looked at my buddy and I was like, "This is great." Like,
Dude, the bad thing about those
I
tickets,
don't remember if they won that game either.
I don't remember. I remember Joe Kelly absolutely sticking his nose in people's faces though.
Yeah.
Dude's a savage.
It was awesome.
Bad part about those tickets is, first of all, if you're driving in there to park, $30 to $60. Every beer's what, $8-9, right? You're spending 10 times as much on food, beer, and parking as you are in the tickets that you got
I'm always
to go
good
in
about
there.
it, especially when I go with one person. Especially, is we'll park like a mile away, and there's like this app that like a lot of people, I don't know what it's called. He uses it, and it finds parking for you that you can reserve on the app.
Right.
So you just go, you show them, they like scan the QR code or whatever, and you go in, reserve spot, and you just walk. Like I can walk a mile to avoid all the traffic that is hectic around Fenway.
Nah, dude, the way to do it, you go in the gas station right outside. You pay the $60 like an adult, like a full
You
grown
pay
up.
15 and walk a mile.
Yep. Nope. That's rookie move.
How is that a rookie move? I don't
'cause-
have to sit in any of the traffic that everybody else does.
That's the point. When you pay the 60, no traffic, bro. Beep, and you're right on Starro. Done.
There's
See you
no
later.
way there's no traffic coming out of there.
No, dude, because
Zero
you're,
shot.
you're ahead of everyone, right? So you do, when the game ends, you do the sprinty, right down the stairs, hang a left, hang a right, get in your car, and you dip out. There's not, you don't even.
I don't believe for a second that you're the first one out every time.
Buddy,
I don't believe for a second that that's true.
they put a Segway, right? You know what those are?
Yeah.
They put a Segway at the bottom for me every time, reserved, okay?
No, he didn't. Paul Blart sitting there at the bottom like, come on,
Dude,
buddy.
They put a Segway, right? Whoever's with me, I'll throw him on my shoulders. We'll Segway over to the car, right? We don't even.
That's not happening.
Yeah, we don't even stop, dude. We dive head first, dive into the seat.
Did you
right?
make up this story 20 minutes ago?
As I'm talking, head first, dive into the seat, and then you're out right on Starro. Beep. See you later.
Based on a story I
nice
just made
time
up.
at Fenway. At least that's how I remember it, because I'm always melted every time I leave that ballpark.
I mean, that's fair. What probably happened is that you parked normally and were stuck in traffic for 5 hours and got home at 4 a.m.
Yeah, and it took me like 6 hours to get over there because I had to
Yeah.
stop at Tasty Burger and get myself one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which I still haven't have.
So good.
We'll get it next time when we actually go to the games.
Yeah, that's next. That's definitely next on the list. We'll do a full breakdown. We'll shoot the review out. People can look at it, see if they want to go to Tasty Burger or not. If you haven't had a Tasty Burger and you live in this area, I don't really know what to tell you.
Yeah, I just haven't been.
It's almost like the equivalent of not having McDonald's in my eyes. Like it just should.
But I'm
be
okay with never having McDonald's.
No,
again.
yes, and we should also review McDonald's burgers because
I mean, I feel like the bad reviews.
It is a
speak for
cheeseburger.
itself.
It is a cheeseburger at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Fair.
It's like pizza, dude. You gotta eat it. You just gotta eat it all.
I'll rate it right now. 0.5 out of 5.
No, you can't do an 0.5. What's the accessibility if nothing is phenomenal?
It's a 10 on that because
it's a 10.
You can throw it up in the air, it get hit by a bird, flips up, a plane nicks it, goes through its fucking jet turbine, whatever they're called, comes right back down, lands perfectly in your palm, untouched, and you can still eat it.
And there's not even a pickle out of place.
Yeah, it's perfect because it's cement. But then when it finally hits you, it gets tenderized after getting hit so much. So when it finally hits your hand, then the little packaging opens up.
So this is my point, though. If the accessibility is a 10, it can't be worse than a 5.
I guess, theoretically.
So it can't be an 0.5.
I feel like that's not fair, though.
Well, you'd have to give it like a negative, like 9.5.
Let's just hope that one day that I get that McDonald's burger, which I hope never happens. It'll be like the very last one. The show's shutting down. And
Done.
I'm like, okay, I have to do it because we said so.
And we're retiring.
Forever ago.
Yeah, we're going to retire.
I had the one,
now.
and I just hoping when I open it, bun and everything is like all fucked up and messed up, so I can purposely give it a 0.5.
Or you could just give it a negative 9 on taste, and then half of that, quick maths, 0.5.
Yeah.
But it can't be a negative 9 on taste. That's just not fair. If I'm going to just throw a number out there that I feel like it's going to hit, it's going to be like a 3.5.
That's being very generous.
But it's a cheeseburger is the point,
It's
right?
a shitty cheeseburger. It's not even a cheeseburger. It's made out of, like, dead people.
And, like, worm butt.
And dust from the airplane that it hit.
Yeah, dusty planes. Dusty plane
Bird
worm
feathers.
butt.
Wasn't there, like, that thing, I forget what it was, the documentary that it showed? It was just, like, baby chicks being grounded until, like,
mechanically separated chicken.
Yeah.
That's what Slim Jims are.
It's fucking gross.
I bet you've eaten Slim Jims, though.
Maybe in high school.
Yeah, we're red-blooded American people. Like, we eat horrible fucking food.
For somebody that was broke and poor and homeless at a few times in my life, I'm very snobby with food now.
Yeah, it's the way to be.
I don't know. I just got the taste for things that I can afford now, and I just won't ever go back.
Now you're making your own sauces.
I just will never go back.
Now you're making your own sauces.
Oh, God.
What a good life. All right, so did you see this guy, Adesanya? You're a big MMA guy.
Yeah. Adesanya. Style bender. The stylist of benders.
The stylist of benders. Homeboy weighed in with a pizza box.
Awesome.
Did you see that? Pull that
right
video up.
I don't have the video, but here is what he looks like.
And the thing is, he got walloped.
He didn't get walloped. He went the distance.
But he got walloped because he had pizza in his belly.
I mean, when I watched it, I did say that his striking didn't look as crispy as it usually does. But I'm just a guy that sits on a couch and watches a fight, so I'm a nobody.
It's because of the pizza.
Maybe.
So I wrestled in high school. We've talked about this. You make fun of me because you say it's not a real thing. But I ate 2 donuts right before a wrestling match one time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking like a Dunkin' Donuts donut. I'm talking like one of those like little side places that makes donuts that are the size of your head. I had a jelly and some like butternut something. Wasn't expecting to wrestle. And they're like, Al, you're up. And I was like, nope, no, I'm not going to do that actually. I just polished off a couple donuts. No, thank you. And they're like, nope, you're going to get in on the mat. Go do your thing. And I didn't vomit on the mat, but I vomited all over every other place after that because it doesn't sit
well. I mean, this was the day before anyway. So it's not like he had it in his stomach the day of the fight. He just got out-wrestled by a guy that has 40 pounds on him.
Little cocky, though.
That's just how he is.
Little cocky with the pizza box.
Forever. So good. I mean, there's been weigh-ins before. I'll find it. But there's super funny weigh-ins from this guy, Sean. I think it's like Sean O'Connell or something like that. He left the organization a while ago. But he used to show up at weigh-ins and do just funny stuff. Like he showed up with like a box of donuts. He gave somebody like a bag of like gummy worms, flowers, like every weigh-in that he would show up to was just something funny.
Shtick.
It was his thing, and he continued to do it in like different promotions that he's retired now, but he retired as like the heavyweight champion of PFL.
And he got his ass kicked.
No, he retired as a champion, I think. I don't know, but his weigh-ins are wicked funny, and I'll pull him up like next time or something.
So you got to be careful though. It's this cocky MMA thing that happens in the world, right? You got to be careful because there's these people walking around, unsuspecting, right? Like you, knowing you look like a gummy bear, but
that's rude.
But you'll absolutely put someone's fucking ankle over their head and wrap them in a pretzel.
Maybe, if they have zero like training, yeah, probably.
So we talked about the Oklahoma State wide receiver, who got kissed goodnight from some strange man in a bathroom.
The question I have about it is,
why didn't he know?
No, like what happened beforehand? Because he already had blood on his nose.
Yeah.
And
the real problem was that this gentleman who has been trained in MMA wasn't wearing his affliction shirt, so.
I hated that era.
So this guy right here, nice football player, right? In his gray jacket, he had no idea what he was messing with. And when you get slapped into a punch, that should be your first sign. You're like, oh shit, I fucked up. Did he just slap me into a punch? That's when you throw your hands up and you say, sir, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done it.
I feel like that's the case for most.
Maximize this. This dude gets absolutely torched. Yeah, his blood on the nose. Push, pause. Oh, push from the buddy in the back, right? The absolute gym hero in the back here. Gives him a shove, and then slapped him.
Oh, so it looks like he wipes it on his face first.
No.
No, like
go
look
back.
right
We
there,
gotta
that
take
hand.
this. No. So what he did was he touched the blood on his nose and said, "Now this is going to be your problem." Slapped him with the bloody hand into a right hook.
And then scoops him.
Scooped and booped. And Jim Hero back here is getting beat up by his little brother. No, he's not.
Hold on.
He's not fucking around.
Listen to the commentary.
He ain't fucking around, guys. And now, homeboy in the jacket, which, by the way, I would wear that jean jacket with the Sherpa inside. I like the look. I appreciate the look. He's about to get his head put off the tile wall.
Rear naked choke. Is he wearing cowboy boots?
He has cowboy boots. Yes, he does. Absolutely have cowboy boots.
Oh, he's doing all of this with cowboy boots.
They're in Oklahoma.
All right, that's fair. Yeah.
Look at these meatball punches he's throwing in his head. Like that's gonna have any effect.
Oh, he's getting so sued.
Bang! Oh. Night. Oh shit, bro is right.
Them out. And oh my god.
All right, let's talk about something else. It's not really a college party until someone's rolling around on a piss-covered bathroom floor.
I want to know more about that. Like where?
I've read up on it a little bit. I've read a little. So this kid trained MMA fighter since he was a wee little lad.
Mm-hmm.
His dad owns some like MMA gym. The dude beating up on homeboy with the jean jacket Sherpa. That's his little brother.
Okay.
And something obviously transpired before. There's lawyers involved. There's a bunch of stuff. That kid tore his bicep. The kid blood slap punch.
Oh, so the kid that punched him
tore his bicep. He had a GoFundMe. He raised like $50,000. Good for him. Kudos to him in the MMA community. Now he can. How many affliction shirts can you buy with $50,000? By the way,
I hope none.
Probably. I mean, a couple hundred at least.
Well, I hope they discontinued everything about that.
So he. Dude, Joe Rogan used to rock the affliction shirt. Did he not?
Hard when he had hair.
Yeah,
that's like a long time ago.
Once you lose the hair, you got to lose the cool shirt.
Yeah. One last thing I wanted to bring up before we get into some bad reviews is I love this. I know you're not. Let's see if I can bring it up. It's not working. Pat McAfee.
Love Pat McAfee.
Being just huge an MVP. So he was in AEW wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
It's if you don't know, Cody Rhodes was longtime WWE. His father Hall of Famer.
So this is the dude he trash talked on his show, right? Adam Cole here.
And I didn't know Pat McAfee could actually
Dude's an athlete.
get down like that.
Yeah, dude's an athlete.
And he actually, I love how they're all wearing Cole Sucks.
Cole Sucks.
So
When
he's
is he
gone.
Is he going
You can't see him.
Look,
So he gets in the ring.
Slips away, sneaky little fish.
He gets in the ring, climbs on the turnbuckle, and does a
Unbelievable.
just look how clean that dive is.
Bro, look how much grundle went in that guy's face. Did you see that guy's face? Take me back a little bit. He's about to go full grundle stamp on this man's forehead.
Oh yeah,
right?
right. Boom. This guy right here.
Yep.
I didn't know
he's
Pat got
knocked
down
out
like
because he
that.
got mushroom stamped.
That's amazing. I could never do that. None of my wildest dreams could I ever pull something off like that.
Not to mention, like, we all know how wrestling is, right? Like, everyone in that building knew he was about to do that. But, like, there's danger involved, though. If you miss that little flippity do,
You're screwed.
he could have grundle stamped himself off of
There's people that have to
barricade.
retire off shit like that. Like the Sting. You remember Sting though? If you don't like wrestling, you still know who Sting is.
Yeah,
Goes
the
up
dude,
like the Crow.
the dude who
face
was
paint.
part of the police.
Part of the Police.
Yeah, the band. He plays guitar.
Wrong Sting. Different Sting. You don't know who Sting is?
Same Sting.
You don't know who Sting is.
It's essentially the same thing.
He went to like WrestleMania and then like broke his neck in like a match, and he hasn't done anything since.
What's he do now?
Wrestles now. I guess he's back.
How is that?
I don't know. I haven't watched.
It's just like Bionic Man.
I guess he's old. He's like in his 50s or something. But
hooked up to a
it'll
robot.
put you in a better mood.
Or as my
let's get
grandmother
some
says, a robot.
a ro. So let's get into some bad reviews.
I would love bad reviews. Let's do it.
Jesus Christ. All right, bad reviews. Alex. All right. So
No
This
clapping.
all right, so this is for I
No
don't know if you ever
clapping
heard of
allowed.
Grill 603.
Yeah, I know exactly what that is.
Have you heard anything about it?
I've eaten there.
All right.
Have I eaten there? No, I've eaten there.
So apparently the owner, I don't know if it's a past owner or not, but he loves commenting back on reviews that
Those
people give him.
are the best.
So the first one's this guy Shane that reviewed it 4 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming the owner is the same guy. And he goes, I give him bad reviews because he has a dirty house. I can imagine what the back of the kitchen looks like.
Wait. Bad review for the restaurant?
That's a bad review for the restaurant. And now
Because
the owner is about to review the review.
But the bad review is because his lawn isn't cut every 6 days or whatever
Maybe.
the problem is.
So it'll make sense.
Your food sucks because you have bad landscaping.
So it'll make sense once I read that. So, and the response from the owner goes, "Good try, Shane. Just an FYI for anyone who happens to read this review, it's fake news. Shane is a disgruntled former employee."
Nice try, Shane. Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
So the owner's just all on top of it.
I mean, but seriously though, what real person's reading about Grill 603 and going, "Oh, his house is bad. I'm not going to the restaurant."
I don't know. So it must be a disgruntled employee.
No, it definitely is. Nice try, Shane.
Nice try, Shane. Just an FYI for anybody who happens to read this, it's fake news. Steve, Shane is a disgruntled former employee.
This guy's the Donald Trump of reviewing.
Here's another one. Same place. So this is like a Grill 603 episode because there's just so much good stuff on there I couldn't pass up.
I love it.
Ralph reviews it 1 star a year ago. The owner's been there for, I'm assuming, for, I don't know if it's like the same owner or not, but this guy is all over the place.
I mean, it's if he's the one reviewing the reviews,
Yeah.
I would assume.
So Ralph says, "Don't like it at all."
Okay.
And the owner responds with, "Fake news. I don't think you've ever been here before, Ralph. If you can produce a receipt, I will give you $10 cash.
Dude, can we eat there and then show up one day and just say we're Ralph?
Yeah, I want to. And Shane, you're Shane, I'm Ralph.
Yeah. Buddy, we got a bone to pick with
He
you.
opens up with fake. So that's the second fake news, on a review.
Good for him, buddy. What's his name? Do we know?
It doesn't say. So this one's a guy named Shay leaves a review. Gave it 2 stars, no substance, no comments, no nothing. But the response to it, so the response to a no comment review is the most glorious thing I've ever seen. Well, I guess if a failed Nazi general doesn't like you, you're probably doing something good for society further. If you are a Nazi sympathizer, I don't really want your business. So, Erwin Rommel, please don't come back. And all it was is the guy's name Shay with 2 stars.
This guy, the owner of this place, is on something, bro.
Well, I guess if a failed Nazi general doesn't like you, I don't know where he got this from.
How he manifested Nazi land out of a blank review.
So, Erwin Rommel, please don't come back. And the guy's name on the review is Shay. With 2 stars. That's it. There's no context, no comment, no bad review, no nothing.
Well, I mean, 2 stars is a bad review, though.
So good.
Actually, in all fairness, it's slightly less than average.
It's not a 1.
I mean, is 2.5 average?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess we'd have to pull up some statistics.
So I have more from that.
Statistics.
But this one came up, and I just thought it was funny because it's for the River House Cafe. And
I like that place.
It's good. No, it's a solid place. So Armand, this is his only review. Added a photo.
Okay.
The food is great. That's the review. With a 1 star. With a picture of a dog from I don't know what year.
Is that a mistake?
It's just
is that
food
Lassie?
is great and a picture of a dog.
1 star.
That's it.
Maybe he was just trying to get some puppy love. You know what I mean? He was like, "Hey guys, I got this dog. Also eat here."
So good. I'm trying to see.
Good job, Armand. By the way, if anything, this segment just really goes to show that you cannot put your faith in however many stars anywhere has ever.
Yeah. So
this
is a long response, but I thought it was just everything that it needed to be.
Is this Dr. 603?
Yeah. So the guy that left it is with 3 T's. I don't know. 1 star. He has 46 reviews. This was 2 years ago. And he says all around bad food. Wait time too long. Atmosphere is an old McDonald's. Expensive for bad food, which apparently it is an old McDonald's. This is from what I was told. And
fair enough.
This is the response from the owner. Is that your real name? It's easy to make generalizations and negative comments while remaining anonymous. Anyway, I don't know what food was bad because you didn't say. We have been working on reducing our ticket times lately, so if you did wait too long, I apologize. We are aware and working on it. As far as the comment about the atmosphere, it is an old McDonald's. What do you expect? To anyone reading this after reviewing the profile for this person, gave Goodwill, an amazing community service organization that primarily helps people with mental disabilities, a 1-star review. So, what does that tell you?
This man's doing his homework. So he goes, "I'm sorry you waited, but fuck you."
I love how he's just insulting him through it, and he goes, "Duh," in big capital letters. It is an old McDonald's, so what do you expect?
Can we please, just for the sake of, humor in general, can we leave him a bad review right now and then update everyone next episode what happened on the bad review?
So leave him a 1-star even though we've never been there?
Yep, and then to be good people, we'll actually go there and eat the food and rewrite the review for what it actually should be.
I don't think it's right leaving a 1-star review if we've never been there.
Right, we're gonna fix it afterward.
But what if we don't? Oh well, I guess that's the same thing as not not leaving the review.
We will fix it. We should craft a perfectly bad review for this man to respond to, and then respond to him with the actual review, and tell him, "Sorry, just wanted to see what you would say."
So, here's another one, not for the same place. So that's all I got for that place so far. I'm sure there'll be more in the future we can revisit.
We're going there, by the way.
So this guy called Boo Jitsu, 19 reviews, 3 years ago, 1 star for a McDonald's. I have genuinely seen less urine on floors in Iraq than I have here. The restrooms are disgusting and cannot even fathom what the kitchen looks like. Opted out of trying the food and sat with friends while they ate.
Weird thing to do. Don't even know. I disregard that review because he didn't even eat food. He's upset about the pee-pee flows. By the way, if he was at a college, that would be the appropriate amount of piss for a floor, by the way.
The appropriate amount of urine.
And the only thing he was missing in there was an MMA guy rolling on some football
to
player.
tussle with him. Here's another one. This one is just, I don't get it. Pamela, 13 reviews a year ago to the McDonald's.
Pamela.
1 star.
McDonald's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Never been.
Wait, time out, dude. If she can leave a 1-star McDonald's, which there's no fucking way she's never been to a McDonald's. If she can never been 1-star McDonald's, why can't we do the same thing to Homeboy at Grill 603?
Pamela's a bitch. Why would you leave a 1-star to a place you've never been to?
Do you really believe she's never been to McDonald's?
Absolutely not.
I think that was her projecting. She's probably 800 fucking pounds. And she drove by and she's like, I'm not going to do it. And then she 1-star reviewed it to convince herself that it was the wrong thing to do and said, never been.
Just never been. And the response from the owner, maybe you should try it and then review. We would love to see you. Cheers.
That's like the people that you work with that keep coming into work every day telling you about their workout regimens and they continue to get fatter. It's like, I don't know how much working out you're doing. It's not seeming to line up visually for me.
There's just a few in here that I kind of threw in. One guy, if this is, his name's Mike Tyson. He's got 150 reviews.
Ooh, big reviewer.
A year ago.
I trust him.
For Arby's.
Never been. I genuinely have never been to Arby's.
Either. Actually, no, I lied. I think I've been once. I just don't remember because it was so long ago. 1-star review. No one likes Arby's.
Disregard. Dude, it looks great. And the dude from Pulp Fiction is in those commercials, which is all that matters to me, by the way.
What Arby's? Who's in?
Yeah, we have the meats. That dude.
I don't remember last time I saw an Arby's commercial, so I don't know.
Forget about it. Forget about it.
Here's another one from McDonald's. 7 months ago. Adam. For only review. Awful. They put hamburger patties in 6-piece nugget boxes for fun.
Are you kidding me, dude? Like, that's something I would do, though.
That's it.
I would do that. I would throw people off. I'd put like a Big Mac in a 6-piece nugget. That would make my whole entire day. I'm not even mad. I'm not, dude. If I got my cheeseburger in a 6-piece nugget, that would probably make my week. I would tell everybody about it. This dude's leaving bad reviews. He's got a bad disposition.
It's so good. They're just putting hamburger patties in 6-piece nugget boxes for fun.
For fun.
And the last two I had were so short, they just little stabs for IHOP.
By the way, let's talk about IHOP before you get into that.
Okay.
Nightclub with pancakes.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever been to an IHOP at like 9 in the morning?
Not 9 in the morning.
It's got to be 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
If it's 1:59 a.m., you're too early for IHOP.
Yeah.
If it's 2:01 a.m., you're too late.
It was Waffle House for me when I was in South Carolina.
So 1:59 too early, 2:01 too late. 2 o'clock is the appropriate time to arrive at an IHOP.
Agreed.
And watch people throw fucking pancakes and start fights with maple syrup, all different flavors.
At IHOP, that's how the game Sandwich Punch was introduced to me.
At an IHOP.
At an IHOP.
At a ridiculous time.
And I punched somebody's waffle with syrup on it, and it splattered all over his shirt.
Stranger?
No, my friend.
Okay.
He punched my burger, and I was like, waffle punch! And
He burger punched you.
And then I waffle punched him.
Can you explain the game to people, by the way?
So Sandwich Punch is pretty basic.
It sounds exactly like the name of the game.
Bun, innards, bun.
It has to be a sandwich.
It has to be a sandwich.
Can you punch a hot dog?
That's a whole episode by itself.
Okay, that's fair.
So once you you can unwrap it. It's on your plate. It's not in play yet. Once somebody takes the first bite out of it, that's when it's in play and you can punch it. And so, but to negate it after being bitten from being punched, you have to put something on top of it.
So you can protect the sandwich.
Yeah, like a fry or a chip or a napkin or fork or whatever. We used to get really crafty and put toothpicks buried into the bun, which we quickly got rid of because it
serious injuries.
It got really bad really quick.
Can you put your laptop on top of the sandwich?
Yes.
Okay.
And keep it warm. So that's basically it. And if you punch the burger while something's on top of it, negating the punch, then you have to buy said person a whole new meal of what they bought.
Okay. What I really, really, really want to know is when someone's sandwich has been legally punched according to the rules, what is the face? Like, there has to be, whether they stepped away to go pee-pees, right? And then they come back and their sandwich is literally just obliterated.
Puddle.
Just... What happens?
It's part of the game. You just see your sandwich and you're like, okay.
Has anyone ever eaten a punch sandwich?
Yeah, I have. That's so hungry.
Not the same thing.
But that one time I was talking about, the kid punched my burger, but I was like beyond hungry. He didn't eat that entire day. Mm-hmm. And
by the way, shame on you for getting a fucking cheeseburger.
It was whatever. I was like 16. So I take a bite.
It's not any less embarrassing.
So I take a bite, put it down. He rocks it. And and I was just so upset. And I just kind of was like... and he looked away for a split second. And I yelled at the top of my lungs in the middle of the restaurant, "Waffle punch!" And just drilled his waffle with syrup all over it. And it spilled all over his shirt.
It was legit.
It was like a brand new shirt he just bought. Too.
Syrup fireworks erupting in the middle of an IHOP.
Like, you ever see the
2 a.m.
the intro to that Jackass movie where like the cannons are going off and it's just debris everywhere?
I mean, yes.
That's what it was like, but the waffle with syrup. It was just, if it was in slow mo, it would have been the greatest thing.
How long did it take the manager to come over to the table?
That was the best part. Our friend was the person working.
Oh Jesus!
So we just got away with murder. Shout out to Cody.
Good person.
So I just waffle punched him. He was mad at me for like 2 weeks. And
didn't he punch your burger right before?
Yeah, but that's within the rules.
Sandwich punch,
not waffle punch.
Not waffle.
But I yelled waffle punch and just...
In all fairness, someone had to have invented sandwich punch.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but it was introduced to me at a Waffle House.
But at that moment, you invented waffle punch. There's nothing wrong with it.
Except sticky paw.
Sticky fucking paw.
And then ruined shirt.
How sour was he when you invented a game and racked his clothing in...
All in one.
5 seconds flat.
Just ruined his life.
2 weeks. It took him 2 weeks. It took him 14 whole days. If we broke that into hours and minutes, it gets silly. But it took him 2 weeks to let that one go.
It was rough. But
good for him. Good for him for letting it go.
That's a good point to end. That's the reviews I got for this week.
Fair enough. All right, guys. Don't forget to send us your bad reviews. We want to talk about them. And burger suggestions. We want to eat them. Hit us up at what's on top _official on IG. You can get us at at What's on Top on TikTok, or email us at what's on top 2021 at gmail.com. We'll read the comments. We'll do the things. We'll eat the burgers. Whole entire thing. I'm Alex.
I'm Ryan.
And that is the What's on Top cast.